15 things that make it harder to get leaner and lose body fat. That's what we're going over in this video. So if you're trying to drop body fat, make sure you watch the whole video through if you want to make the process a little bit easier, or maybe even a lot easier. Because remember, losing body fat and being in a deficit doesn't have to be miserable. And if you get value from the video, consider subscribing to my channel because I make new videos just like this every single week. The first thing that makes it harder to get leaner and lose body fat is drinking your calories. This goes for any liquids that have calories: Gatorade, soda, higher calorie lattes. Some energy drinks have like 200 calories in them. And of course, alcohol. Even if you're having one drink a night with, one glass of wine or one alcoholic drink a night, it doesn't feel like you're having a lot, but over the course of the week, you're talking about probably 750 to 900 calories worth of liquid. This is probably the number one thing that makes it harder than it needs to be to get leaner. Because if you're in a calorie deficit and you want to stay full, you want to be comfortable in a calorie deficit, you want to use as much of your daily calories towards whole foods as possible to keep you full and satiated and feeling energized. But if you're allocating even a couple hundred calories a day to liquids, it's just less foods that you then have the availability to eat within your calorie deficit. Number 2 is going out to eat or ordering food out multiple times a week. The reason why this makes it harder is because restaurants don't care about your macros or your calories. They care about giving you the best tasting meal that you've ever had, so you want to eat there again. And this is why restaurants often use tons of butter and oil and sauces in their meals when cooking to make it taste better. But that's also why you could get a chicken breast with vegetables and rice meal, which is super clean, super healthy meal at a restaurant, and there end up being 75 grams of fat in that meal. And if you made that same exact meal at home, there'd be 5 grams of fat. So if you want to lose weight quicker, consider preparing more of your own meals and going out to eat fewer times. Number 3 is trying to out-train a poor diet. You've heard this before, right? You'll never be able to out-train a poor diet. Well, I got some news for you. There's still people out there trying to do that. They're doing an hour of cardio 6 days a week. They're running themselves into the ground. They're doing tons and tons of running and all sorts of different cardio, not because they enjoy that activity, but because they know they're not eating very well and they're trying to burn off those calories. The truth is, if you want to lose body fat and get leaner, it's going to come through your nutrition plan. And if you're not at least doing a reasonable job on the nutrition side to stay in a calorie deficit most of the time, there's nothing you're going to do on the training side of things that's going to overcome that. The 4th thing that's making it harder to get leaner is snacking throughout the day and at night. Grabbing a handful of nuts a couple times a day, grabbing some M&Ms, grabbing a handful of chips, a bite of this, a bite of that, all throughout the day. Unfortunately, my friend, this really does add up. And when you're trying to lose weight, if you want it to be as predictable as possible, try to have most of the things you eat be planned. A handful of this, a bite of that, all throughout the day and throughout the night is not. You didn't plan to do that. It's unplanned additional eating. Sure, have snacks, and that's totally fine to have snacks, but can you plan ahead what those snacks are gonna be? And try not to eat mindlessly too many additional things. And by the way, if you struggle with snacking, that doesn't mean you're hopeless. This is one of the most common obstacles people face. Almost every client I've ever worked with, on the initial call with them, they explain that they've got some issue with snacking too much. It's very, very common. It can easily be overcome. My point is to try to plan out what your snacks are gonna be for the day and just go with those. Don't try to eat mindlessly on top of that. And you'd be surprised how consistent you can be with snacks when you actually plan it out ahead of time. Because you're sort of mentally deciding in your head, when it's time to reach for a snack, this is what I've allocated for that. Number 5 is living a sedentary life. And to me, that is when you get in 5,000 or less steps per day on average. So as you can see, I'm getting in steps right now as I'm talking to you. I've got an adjustable desk, I work from home, and I've got an under the desk walking pad. So even just using this walking pad 1 to 2 hours a day gets me a few thousand steps. So if you are trying to get leaner and lose body fat, I recommend doing everything in your power to get above 5,000 steps per day. Generally speaking, the more the better. So if you can get 8,000 a day or 10,000 or 12,000 a day, I'd rather you be more active than less active. Number 6, and this is a big one, social pressure to eat or drink. This makes it way harder to get leaner for some people. And this could be going out with friends, or it could be work related with coworkers or clients or people that you work with. There might be some nature of your work that involves these social events and being kind of pressured into eating or drinking. If you find yourself in these social situations where you're pushed into drinking or eating things you probably don't want to or aren't beneficial to your weight loss goals, you're gonna have to do something about it. You're gonna have to either stand up for yourself and say, hey, I'm not drinking right now, or I'm doing a challenge where I'm not drinking for 30 days. Or maybe you can come up with some sort of compromise, like you're going to go out and order whatever entree you want, but you're not going to have appetizers, desserts, and drinks on top of that. Or maybe you're gonna pick your favorite of the three. Between appetizers, desserts, drinks, you pick your favorite, but you're not gonna go with all of them. You're not gonna opt in for everything. There's a number of things you can do here to improve this situation without just straight up saying no and rejecting everything. And this is exactly what I help my clients with. All my clients are busy individuals, career-driven people who have things like this going on. It's real life stuff, right? So if you need help with this, feel free to check out my Modern Man program below in the description. Number 7 is having poor sleep or lack of sleep. For most people, I would aim for at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep. And if you're not getting that, or if the quality of your sleep's really bad, it could very well be making it harder in other areas of your fitness that lead to struggling with weight loss. Like you may actually find yourself having more food cravings or being less consistent with nutrition or giving in more to emotional eating or stress eating or impulse eating if you're someone who's running really low on sleep. So this is very important. Please prioritize this and do whatever you can to get the amount of sleep that you need. Of course, if you're like a new parent, like many of my clients, well, a handful of my clients are new parents that have a kid under 1 year old, and it's not always in your control, right? The people I'm talking to are the people who are choosing not to get enough sleep. They're staying up later for almost no reason. Maybe they're watching TV or they're on their phone or they're doing other things. They're just choosing not to get sleep. So if that's you, start prioritizing it if you want to make weight loss easier. Number 8 is having chronically high stress. As I mentioned, a lot of the clients that I work with have very demanding jobs and hectic schedules and are living in high stress environments. If you're not doing anything to manage your stress or to relieve your stress, it could very well be affecting your results and affecting, again, your nutrition. So looking for ways to reduce your stress is gonna be very important. Not just for seeing weight loss results right now, but just for long-term health. Like, I'm convinced that being stressed all the time just really isn't good for our long-term health. Number 9 is eating calorie-dense foods or snacks frequently. So things like peanut butter, various oils, putting butter on everything you eat, having nuts or trail mix every day. Let me be clear, there's nothing like wrong with these foods that I'm mentioning. There's nothing inherently unhealthy about any of them, but it's just a fact that they are more calorie dense foods. So if you're eating these things like every day, if they're part of like your snacks and your daily or weekly routine that you're frequently having, it's very possible that it's making it harder to lose weight. Because when we're in a calorie deficit, generally we want to use those calories on high volume, low calorie foods as often as possible so that we can stay full. But these foods I'm mentioning, because they're so calorie dense, they're low volume, high calorie foods, so they make it harder to stay full. We're using up a good chunk of our calories on things that probably aren't keeping us full. Olive oil and butter are not the meal. They're not the snack or the meal. We just put that on top of the food. So it's just extra calories being layered on top of whatever the calories of the food you're putting it on. So they just make it harder. And because they're so high in calories, if you're mistracking it, if you're like eyeballing it instead of weighing it out on a food scale, you're more likely to be eating and accumulating more calories that are unaccounted for. For example, strawberries are a very low calorie food. If you mistrack strawberries by 50%, it's still not gonna hurt you. It's like an extra 50 calories or 40 calories that maybe you missed. But if you mistrack peanut butter by the same 50%, you're looking at like 100 calories or more that are unaccounted for. And it adds up much quicker. Number 10 is boredom eating. Just eating because you're bored. Maybe you're watching TV or you're sitting at your desk and there's, no other reason other than you're bored and you're kind of eating things that are not planned for. Number 11 is eating out of entertainment. Again, maybe you're watching TV and it's just a habit that you're trying to entertain yourself while you're watching TV. It's just part of what you do. Again, not making it easier to lose weight. Number 12 is the all or nothing mindset. Man, this is a killer for people. The all or nothing mindset is when you have to do everything 100% or you don't do it at all. So if you expect yourself to work out 5 times a week and be perfect with eating clean, the second that you miss a workout or the second that you eat a food or a meal that isn't perfect in your eyes, you spiral out of control and you spend a full week or 2 weeks off track. And if you know there's a week where you won't be able to do your 5 or 6 workouts, you do 0 workouts because in your mind, you can't wrap your head around the idea that it's still worth it to do 2 workouts or 3 workouts. So you're either all in or all out. And if this is you, you've got to change your mindset because you're gonna be on a cycle throughout your entire life of losing some weight and gaining it back, losing some weight, gaining it back. So even if you have this all or nothing mindset, you may actually lose some weight, but it makes it almost impossible to stay lean and to keep that weight off and build upon your progress year after year. Number 13 is having desserts every night or every other night. Desserts are just another high calorie food that adds no nutritional value. There's nothing beneficial about desserts. Generally no nutrients that are gonna help you. It's just a short-term pleasure. It tastes good, but it is making your weight loss harder. And this is coming from somebody who likes desserts more than anybody you know. I have the biggest sweet tooth of anybody I've ever met. And to be clear, I'm not saying you can't have desserts and still lose weight. You absolutely can. But there's gotta be some plan or structure around how you allow for desserts because they are such high calorie foods. So maybe you make a rule that you have a dessert once a week or twice a week, and that allows you to have it in some calculated amount of moderation. Or maybe you do have your dessert every night or every other night, but you're planning it within your calories very meticulously. And there's nothing wrong with this. You can absolutely still do that. Or maybe you do what I do frequently, which is you're swapping out some of the desserts you like with some lower calorie alternatives, which still satisfies the craving and the sweet tooth, but for way fewer calories. And an example of this is having a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which is usually 1,100 calories or 1,200 calories. But if you swap that out with a Halo Top ice cream, it's only gonna be 300 or 400 calories for the Halo Top ice cream. So you're saving an insane amount of calories. Number 14 is if you're winging it with breakfast and lunch daily. And by this, I essentially mean that you have no plan. You don't know what you're gonna have for breakfast and lunch when you wake up that day. And you have to scramble and decide on the fly as your day goes by. I probably don't have to tell you this, but if you're winging it, you're not gonna see as good results compared to if you planned ahead. So I'm not even saying necessarily that you have to meal prep every single day or something like this, but you should at least take 1 or 2 minutes and decide in your head, what am I gonna eat tomorrow for breakfast or for lunch? Because the fewer decisions you have to make each day with food, the more likely you are to see the results you want. You wanna make it as easy as possible for yourself. And the number 15th thing that makes it harder to get leaner and lose body fat for many of you is the weekends. Some of you guys absolutely crush it Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you do a 180. It's a totally different story because you don't have the structure of your work schedule. You're probably not going to the gym. Maybe you're eating out 2, 3, 4 times on the weekend. Maybe you're having alcoholic drinks and that's impacting how you're eating that night or how you're eating the next day. You're getting less sleep on the weekends. You're drinking less water. You're dehydrated. It's just a complete 180 from the week. And if you think about it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is still 42% of your week. So if you're eating like shit for almost half the week, you're probably not gonna see results. Now, here's what I often tell new clients who feel like the weekend is their main obstacle. If you're really bad on the weekend right now, I'm not even saying that you have to go from bad to perfect on the weekend in order to see results. You just have to be better than you currently are. And in many cases, what I've seen is even if someone's willing to improve their weekend by 15% or 20%, that's enough to start generating weight loss and seeing results results, and it still allows them to enjoy their weekend. They just need to make a couple of simple compromises or things that they're willing to improve on to some degree. Maybe that's leaving a cap of 2 drinks on Saturday night instead of the usual 4 or 5 that they have. Maybe it's eating leaner earlier in the day so that they can save the bulk of their calories for the evening when they have plans. That makes a difference. Let me know down in the comments below, how many of these 15 things have you done before or have tried to focus on and improve on? If you're someone right now who's trying but struggling to lose weight and you improve on at least a couple of these 15 things, I promise it will make a difference for you. And something else that will make a difference for you, I'll link down below in the description of this video. It's a list of 10 healthy breakfast options, 10 lunches, 10 dinners, and 10 snacks that are all high in protein and quick and easy to make in 10 minutes or less. It will certainly help you get ahead in your next fat loss phase, so grab that down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna leave the next video for you up here, and I'll catch you over there.